and I'm going to start the stream right now. And what that means is that what we do normally, Eden, is we normally just talk a little bit while the sandwich is up on the screen so that we can just warm up everybody who's coming in.
Sure.
Yeah, and then we should
just chat them up. Eden, you look like you're good at chatting people up. You look like if you're walking down the street and there's somebody passing you who looks interesting, like you're saying hello. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, not often, honestly. I mean, if I'm at like a party or something, sure, no problem. But like on the street, unless like they have like a really banging outfit and I'm like, ooh, nice outfit, or like, you know.
I find it hard to believe on stream you're just so welcoming and talking to everybody, and you're like,
I know, but social anxiety doesn't really come into play.
That's an interesting thing that I think a lot of people who stream is a way for them to communicate and get that same stimulation as a friendship without the crushing anxiety that comes with that. It's really an interesting thing. Yeah. And I think it allows people to be themselves and get themselves out there and kind of conquer that fear. So I think it's a really interesting thing. That can have such good positive vibes.
I love that, Swims. That's really good.
Yeah, you know, like it's interesting, isn't it, Davy? And I mean, I would have never met Davy. You know, he was across the country, and
yeah,
I feel like we are.
It's truly the silver lining of being here. Like, and we have somebody in the chat already. Me Newbie.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Welcome.
That's Michael.
She must be from your world, Eden. Welcome to the Sandwich Show. Nice to meet you in the chat.
I love that Eden's fans are here. Right.
That is.
Me Newbie. He's my boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
So he's
right
listening
on.
in. Is he? Oh, that's okay. We can use this. We tell him we need some good juicy backstories. Something.
He's not here. He's downtown.
Oh, okay.
Toronto. But
that's okay. The stream is live. You can hear me.
Oh man. Let's see.
You hear it, Michael?
Oh, I love this. Me Newbie. I'm very excited for sandwiches. I am too. It's so nice to meet you.
Nobody is more fired up for sandwiches than me today.
That's true. Swims was like on messaging me on Discord. He was pumped about the sandwich. I'm excited. He broke it down, gave me a little quick like preview. Good job of you with the tease though, because like if you didn't want to give it away, but you kind of got me going without giving away what it was. So
I'm great at teasing. Somebody's got to be.
You said it's multi-provincial, so I have high expectations, to say the least.
Oh, I love it.
I'm excited for Eden's sandwich too.
I am
did a very good tease too.
I think we're gonna be in for a really fun time. Yeah, I love it. I think we're ready to go. We got some people filing in now, so let's go ahead and start this. Just make sure I get my iPad ready to go. Here we go. So this is the most. These are the. Normally it's like two people who do the show, and this is the first three. And next week it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be 5. Like, 'cause I'm the host, and then 4 other people. But the good thing is the other 4 are on their own feed, so it's just really 2 feeds. But then one of them just has 4 people in the room, so it's really gonna be exciting. So I'll tell you more about that.
It's gonna be good practice, you know.
This is terrific practice. I'm actually excited about this. So on a technical level, this is gonna be great too. So yeah, I'm looking forward.
I'm excited for your next guest as well. So.
Oh my goodness, yeah. This is gonna be quite a month. I mean, it'll be quite a month. I'll tell you, maybe. Let's go ahead and start. I'll get into this. Maybe we can do this during the official thing. But yeah, it looks like Danny's on a go too. It's Danny K. So we're gonna have Human Juke on as well at some point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I know that.
Oh man, star-studded.
It's unbelievable. All my Twitch heroes are coming to the show. I love it. It's great.
It's like you're awesome or something.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Rahomo, I did order the trolls.
Rahomo's in the chat too. Did someone order some trolls? Oh boy, look who's here. Do you see Rahomo in the chat, Eden? Like it has.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That good for you, Rahomo. Well done. I'm glad you get in there as well. So you're gonna learn about a lot of our world too, Eden. Like all the goofy things we do on this show, and might be some new surprises tonight as well. Let's do it. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Oh my goodness, look at this. We're all just dancing to this thing. Hi everybody, welcome to the Sandwich Show. Look at this, we have so many people on the show today. So much fun. I gotta introduce you some people. First of all, let's say thank you to a lot of people who just started following the program. CT Music, Kelly Gates 47, Big Lovable Woman, Irene Pena Music, and Fragilitis have all joined and started following the program. Thank you so much, everybody, for being... And me newbie followed the program, too. I love it. Thank you so much, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Davey. I Eat Sandwiches. And over on that side... Oh, on that screen right there, that's TurboSwim. You know him. Say hi to the camera, Swimmy.
Do they know me? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm super excited to be here.
I'm very glad to have Swims be my co-host tonight because we have a great guest on here, one of the rising stars of Twitch. And she went from maybe a handful of people when I first went to her channel to 550 plus and growing. And so let's say hello to Eden Sterling. How's it going, Eden? Welcome to the show.
Oh, it's so good. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to eat some sandwiches with y'all.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I know that's a draw for a lot of people, and I'm glad for it. I mean, I thank you all for joining me today. Here on this program, and that's what we do. Like, we chat about things, get to know a fellow Twitch streamer. And Swims, again, I think it's just great that you get to co-host this one with me. You were the one who introduced me to Eden, and you were I remember the day, or the night I should say, when I first jumped onto your stream in Eden. It was tremendous. Like, it was really cool. And we all have humble beginnings. Like, Swims, you were no different, and I was no different. Like, we start off slowly, like, then we start adding things, and look at you now. You got that cool sign behind you. You have so many followers. You have a lot of cool jams. You even have graphics on your channel. Like, it's really great. So maybe I'll start and I'll ask, describe your journey to Twitch so far in only 2 months. It's been a tremendous ride.
It's been awesome. I mean, I've absolutely loved it. The reason I started streaming is definitely Catherine O'Shea and Irene Pena Music. Those two people are the reason why I started streaming, because Irene was in Catherine's first stream. And I was in, it's such a convoluted way that I got there, but I was in Sashi's stream, and Sashi was silently hosting Catherine, and then for her 2,000 follower celebration, she went to Catherine's stream and dropped 100 gifted subs from her community.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so that's how I found Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
And then, kind of stuck around, and I was just chatting, and Irene was in the chat, and Catherine was saying that she streamed on her phone. And I was so intimidated to start streaming, because I thought, you need all the good setups, all the, I don't know. I've seen so many streamers with such intimidating setups, and I was like, okay, that's what you need. That's the qualifications. And then hearing Catherine stream, it was just awesome. And then Irene was like, yeah, just go for it. Just do it. And then literally the next night, I ended up streaming, and it's been a blast and a friggin' half. The community is so incredibly supportive and wonderful. No exception to both of you, just been so warm and welcome and kind, and everyone's amazing. And I wouldn't have been able to do any of the graphics or have my mic and guitar set up through an interface without Manubi Michael. So he also made my overlay and my emotes. So it's been a wild ride, but I'm live, laugh, loving it up,
Yeah.
That's amazing. So were you blown away by the support of the community, or did it just kind of make sense as you jumped in? Or was it just even now you're just I can't believe that this is what it's like, and that there are people out there willing to help and just come and just give out of the goodness of their hearts, really. There's some incredible people in the community.
It's insane. I mean, I had no idea. And I had only been, watching Twitch streams for probably around a month when I even started streaming. And at that point, I was only watching a couple, maybe 2 or 3 streamers. And I had no idea how incredibly supportive everyone is. And I'm very, very used to, coming up in these arts and music communities overall, where everyone's just super competitive. Here in Toronto, as much as I'm sure, you know, it is in many big cities, crazy competitive. It's this mentality where like, I need to be the best and only me. Whereas on Twitch, it's very much like, oh, I'm, you know, getting some followers. Let's raise everyone else up. Let's go raid, you know, this person that needs help getting to affiliate, or, you know, let's give this person some love that's so close to their follower goal or sub goal. And it's unparalleled to anywhere else I've ever seen in the world. It's amazing. So blown away every day.
Yeah, I just like to say, Vinaka, I don't know who gives.
I know.
Really
That's what Vinaka said. Who gives to the Twitch community? Weird. I do want to say hello to Goomba1618. Thank you for the follow as well, and thank you for the follow me, newbie. It's so good to meet all of you, and we're glad you're here. We get to hang out with Eden Sterling tonight, and that's an awesome thing too. Rahomo says, Eden, I lurk in your stream often. You're amazing. That's great.
Thank you, Rahomo. That's so sweet. Say hi. Say hi next time, and we'll chat it up.
Yeah, don't be a dirty lurker.
I love it.
Hey, I appreciate the lurk, but definitely I want to chat with you.
You want Rahomo in your chat. He is hysterical.
I do. I love the LOLs, you know?
Yeah, he's really...
Oh, Vinaka with the bits. I love it.
Oh, thank you for the bits, Vinaka. Wonderful. Wow, 500 bits. Remember, these are going to me. I just want to be clear that this is not going to Eden. This is going to my channel. But I appreciate you so much.
Actually,
thank you so.
Sumi's taking his cut. So don't worry.
Sumi's taking his cut too. Oh, and he's the follow too. Thank you, Vinaka. Thank you so much. Very, very much, very nice, Rahomo. I'm sparing you from my nonsense, and I would just do it anyway, Rahomo. You're fun. You're fun to have around.
I love nonsense. It's fun.
Yep. Hey, John Ninja's in the chat. Welcome back. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in chat.
Hey, John, how's it going?
So good to see you, John. Welcome to the program. And let. Now, who put that in there? Vinaka says, "Hold up. Why is Bloom a channel point reward?"
Now you know Vinaka is the one who actually got me started on Bloom.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. He's the one that first started. Getting the Twitch streamers on board with it. I think we've only found 3 or 4 who actually knew the song before, and he's been the one who really pushed it. He even wrote a letter to the Paper Kites. I don't know if they've restreamed. Yeah, 32 streamers and counting.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I know at least like 3 of them.
I thought it was such a beautiful song, and just been everywhere I go, I try to get a little Bloom going.
Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, but to be more serious about it, yeah, that we did add that as a redeem tonight, so we'll see if it gets utilized. I'm not sure. I just did that as kind of a joke, but it is really great that you've exposed that song to more people, though, Swims, and I mean,
no.
All right, how are we gonna handle this? I don't really know the words of the song too well, but we can try. Let's see.
Surprise Pikachu face.
Surprise Pikachu face. Oh man,
that's so funny.
That is so funny.
His Bloom emotes.
All right.
I love that paper kite with the rose in the middle.
That is really cool. So Swims, I'm not gonna make you sing the whole song. I'll sing some of it with you. That'd be fine.
Okay.
I have the words up on the screen. We'll see how this goes. Okay. So I don't know. Let's see. I don't have the music either. Let me just see if I can pot it up here. Let me see. No. Okay. Okay, here we go. Sing along with Turbo. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. In the morning when I wake. Do you have that right? And the sun is coming through. Do you have that right? Ooh, there we go. And let's see. And you fill my head. Wait. Oh, you fill my lungs with sweetness. And you fill my head with you. Oh, there we go. Shall I write it in a letter? Shall I try to get it down? Oh, you fill my heart with pieces of a song I can't get out. There we go. Can I be close to you? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, hope I got this right. Can I be close to... Wait, what? Okay, you... Ooh. Oh, sorry. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm not going to lie.
All right, who wants to do the next verse?
Was already there. He was already there. I was sold. I was like, Eden, she's the one. The Messiah has come.
I love it. I love it. By the way, Eden, you're amazing. The girl here already had paper kites. Are we doing a hype train? Oh my gosh. Swims, you want to do the next one? I'll try to do the chords.
Yeah, I'll try, I guess.
Do you remember the word? Do you remember all the lyrics off the top of your head by this point? Okay.
Once I start, yes, but like starting in the middle, no.
Okay. Well, we'll go do it together for like a line or two.
Hype train.
Oh, we got the hype train. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, I guess we gotta do more.
Let's go finish this a little bit. So
if I bring it up, can they hear?
Yeah.
Can I write it? Can I write it in a letter as the next?
Okay.
Can I write it in a letter? Can I try and get it out?
Hang on. Let me just.
Irene, woo!
Irene, welcome. Oh my goodness, thank you for the bits. Look, it's me, Newbie, Rahomo, Vanaka, Irene. Thank you so much. Well, let me sing this, like the next one myself for now while you take that up. So, oh, you got it up? Okay. Can I take it? Oh, your thing went green. Can I take it to a morning where the fields are painted gold?
Where the fields are painted green.
Oh, you're still in the first line. Okay. I know where they're faded green. And the trees are filled with memories of the feelings never told. When the evening pulls us... Oh, God. F sharp, add 9. And the day is almost through. Okay. You got it? Oh, the whole world, it is sleeping. But my world is you. Oh, okay. I'll wait you out, Swims. Okay. All right, you got this.
Can I be close to you? Ooh.
Ooh. Can I be close to you? Ooh. Ooh. I love it.
I don't remember where it kicks in.
That's okay. That's good enough. I think that's good enough. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Swims. Ian, I hope we didn't butcher that too bad.
It was amazing.
It's one more time through, and then it's "Can I be close to you? Can I be close to you?
Can I be close? Okay.
Can I be close to you? Ooh. Can I be close?
Ooh. All right. So
the paper kites.
It is time. Let me just do the official hype train now. So, oh, wrong one. This one. There we go.
Romo, it is not easy. It's hard. It's very hard.
There we go.
Also, hi, Irene.
Irene, it's so good to see you. So good to see you. All right, so now I do my hype train song. Here we go. There we go. Down by the silver mine, dusk is playing. Oh God. Tricks on time. Oh, tricks on time. Oh, damn it. Tricks on time. Days are long, but the work is fine. Down in the silver mine. So that's a little song I learned to do for this. So what I do on the hype train is I play a food medley. So I do some commercials. Eden, is there a commercial you want to hear that you might have had some good memories of? I can probably play that for you really quickly as we do our hype train.
Commercial?
Yeah, commercial jingles. Big Red, Mentos.
Yeah.
We do them all here. We do them all.
I mean, Pizza was a huge one up here.
Oh,
in
nice.
Canada.
Pizza. I don't remember that one. We don't.
9, 6, 7, 11, 11, pizza.
Oh, nice! I love that.
Oh my God, Davey, we gotta learn that one for the
Goomba,
community.
thank you for the bits too. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Swims, I'll let you get the next one. Pizza's a good commercial. That's an awesome commercial. Let's see.
What? I'm always the Mentos.
Mentos? Okay. Here we go.
Oh, Irene, I always dance. I'm a dancer.
Doesn't matter what comes, what's better than life? With Mentos fresh and full of life, that nothing gets to you. Staying fresh, staying cool. It is Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better. Mentos freshness. Fresh goes better than Mentos fresh and full of life.
See, Irene likes the Mentos too.
The fresh maker.
Oh my God.
Also, Ian, what's your favorite Pokemon? We'll get that quick question.
All right, we got time for one.
Ooh.
Yeah, what is your favorite Pokemon?
Probably Squirtle, I'd say.
Throw out a commercial.
Okay. Let's see. McDonald's. Okay. That's McDonald's. So quick.
I'm loving it.
Yep. Meow meow mix. Okay. So meow 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 meow. Here we go. Are we?
It's 10 out of 10 for trying.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you for the. Thank you for all the bits. Thank you for the hype chain. Thank you for sitting through that, Eden.
That's awesome.
Tyou. Appreciate you.
My cheeks.
So, Rahoma with the translation lyrics. I want chicken. I want liver. Davy, please deliver.
That is a fantastic use of Davy.
That is a fantastic use. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for all the hype. So a lot of hype this time. 1,400 bits. Holy cow! Great job, Goomba 1618. Thank you for the 100 bits, and then everybody I mentioned earlier. That is really, really, really nice of you guys to do.
When Eden's around, it rains bits.
It's tremendous work, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, the fresh makers. Nest Stop Bloom Station. All right, so let's get back to the conversation. Oh no, actually no. Better than that. You guys ready for some sandwiches?
Oh, I'm ready for some sandwiches.
All right, let's go. It is time for the. Whoa. There we go. The sandwich of the week. Woo! All right, let's do some sandwiches. So we're just going to do them all in one sitting this time. So I'm going to count to 3, and we all can reveal our respective sandwiches. You ready?
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm born ready.
You're born ready. Okay, cool. How me newbie, sandwiches are for closers. I love that. Okay, choo-choo. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, there we go. That's awesome. Look at that. All right, so let's go to Eden first. Let's get Eden's sandwich of the week. Let's see, what is it?
It is it's made in a toasty maker, which I don't know if you've seen them before, but they're friggin' amazing. And it's a vegan bacon, cheese, and tomato with a little vegan mayo.
Ooh.
So it's like a grilled cheese with like a little extra zhuzh in it.
That's nice. And you got the little vegan touch on there too. That's really great. Swims, let's see your sandwich. I know you had a twist for us.
Yeah. So I'm Davy. I got a great sandwich for you.
Is that the chopped cheese? Is that the chopped cheese?
It is not. It is very similar though. It is a cheesesteak, so the quintessential boardwalk food, and it's got lettuce and tomato because it's a California.
Ooh.
for my friend. And then Canadian style, you know what's great? Poutine. And you know what poutine has? Cheese curds.
Ooh.
And I know what you're saying. There's no way you could have a more delicious cheese curd. But these are the famous cheese balls. And
Whoa.
they are cheese curd on the inside.
Dude.
No way.
It looks so good.
They are delicious.
Amazing. Well done. That's awesome.
I told you I was excited. I got the Canadian aspect in there. I got the California with a little lettuce and tomato on that.
Oh my gosh.
And it does have the same roll, that round roll as the traditional chopped cheese.
Oh yeah, I did notice that. That's that.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, I haven't eaten dinner, so I'm gonna
Go for it. Enjoy your sandwiches, everybody. Now I'll show you what I have really quickly. This is an Oreo ice cream sandwich.
Yum yum.
Oh, that looks good. It looks good. Yeah, enjoy.
Nice.
Made by Klondike, actually, as it turns out. So, what would you do for
What
a
would you do?
What would I do? Yeah, we didn't do that one in the hype train, you know? Yeah, what would you do for a Klondike bar? It's so fun. But,
also, hello, Jade.
Jade, thank you for the subscription. Jade with a resub for 3 months. Jade, you are amazing. Thank you so much, and much love to the Jade Empire. Let's give Jade a shout out too, shall we? Let's go. I think I have it.
Jade always willing to commit the crimes for the Klondike bar.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Now, Jade will go to great lengths and depths to get that Klondike bar. So it's so good to see you in chat tonight, Jade. Welcome in. And any other comments in the chat? I'm not sure if I missed anything. Eden got a grilled cheese. Yep. Sandwiches for closers. I want sandwiches, says Goomba1618.
You too can have a sandwich, Goomba.
This is really good. So Eden, how's your sandwich tasting tonight?
I think we made chat very hungry. We did something right, you know?
I always make my chat hungry. I eat all the time when I'm streaming. I'll be like, I need to order some food. And then it turns into just a chatting and eating stream for like an hour and a half.
Now, Eden, is there any specific reason that you're eating on chat, or you just like me and fatty on the inside?
Absolutely number two there, but also, you know, sometimes I want to go for like a nice, 5-hour stream or something, but my voice just can't handle singing for that long. And I'll be hungry, so might as well 2 birds, 1 stone, you know?
That's a great answer.
Keep getting to hang out.
Professionally honest. You don't get that from every guest, you know?
Transparency is a good thing in our world. I agree. And yeah, I'm glad to give you the shout out, Jade. I need to give a shout out to Swimmy too, because he has a stream.
I need no shout outs, Davey.
I'll do it anyway.
I am here. Let's get Eden 70 more followers. Let's get Davey 150 more followers.
Well, I think I only need 50 more for a karaoke stream. So we got to the fried sandwich stream. We're doing that soon. I'll organize the time and the way and the details, but we'll be doing that. But yeah, Eden, you're close to 600, and so that's really cool. Like, what do you have planned for, like? Do you have any, like? So your streams are really, really fun. They're very laid back, and you like. I think you do a really good job of interacting with your chat, and I think that's a big selling point. I mean, I know that's something you take pride in, but what do you see as far as where this could go? Like, are you thinking of doing like some IRL collabs later, or are you thinking of doing collabs with other people? What's your near future looking like?
Absolutely. Great question. Honestly, I feel like I'm just kind of rolling with the punches most of the time. I'm very bad at planning. Irene in the chat will know that. You'll also know that too, Davey. I'm very last minute. But I definitely do have a few collabs kind of starting in the works. Looking at collaborating with Irene and as well as Taylor Simpson Music. I don't know if y'all have heard of Taylor Simpson. I've definitely talked about him a few times in my stream, but he's another fellow Torontonian, and he is incredible. He's this close to affiliate, like so close. He has all the other metrics needed other than the 3 average like viewers. So I've been a massive fan of his. He's so talented. He often does improv performances live. So definitely going to try and collab with him. But other than that, really just, kind of flying by the seat of my pants and going with the flow, as you'd say,
Well, sometimes you don't want to do too much with the stream anyway. I think the intimacy of what you do sells really well. Like, it connects really with the audience. I mean, I think that explains your quick growth. So I don't think it's necessarily the worst idea.
I mean, it's honestly just very much who I am. Like, I'm really bad at like planning pretty far in the future. And even when it comes to like sitting down to stream, most of the time, like I'm, plugging in my laptop and setting everything up like maximum 10 minutes before I start streaming. Like tuning my guitar in the last, minute before I press go live on Streamlabs. So
I gotcha.
It's very much just my my being as a whole, to say the least.
It's all right, and I'll tell you, I don't think you're alone either. I know some other streamers who do that too. So nobody. I don't think. I'm not one of those. I will say, but I have no. They're not always. It's not the. It's fine, because you know what it is. Whenever you start, we're ready. That's the thing. I don't think you worry too much about. You have to start right at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Like, I don't. It's not that crucial. So I would never stress over that either. Mm-hmm. Tim Tam is in the chat. Hello, Tim Tam. Welcome. It's been a bit. So nice to see you. Tim Tam doing some some funny comments. I agree with Swimmy. He doesn't need a shout out.
Of course he does. Of course he does. He's on my side though. So what can I say? I can't argue with him too much.
I love it.
He finally took my side on something.
That's true. Extraordinary.
I'll always give you shout outs every time, Turbo.
Yeah.
I know. Speaking of, even though I tell you not to, positivity and Twitch and the wonderful communities here, you have such a lovely and pleasant aurora around you. So I got a couple of questions for you. One, how do you maintain that on stream? You find it hard, or is this just Eden, this is what you get, this is what you see type deal? And following up on that, I know you're really into crystals and things like that. Do you think that affects your positivity on stream and who you attract in the chat? I think we tend to attract people who are like us in our communities, which I was hilarious, and I'm sorry for my community in advance.
You're so funny. No, I definitely believe in the whole mentality. We attract what we emit. And honestly, I feel like I'm just kind of being the most like authentically me on stream, and I find myself to be a relatively positive person. I just don't see any point in being, negative or pessimistic. I mean, I don't know. My whole theory is life's going to throw whatever it's going to throw at you, and it's all about what you do with that and how you kind of take that and move forward with it. And I've just always kind of believed in just having like a positive outlook. And I feel like it's really easy when you have like such a fabulous, incredibly kind, supportive community to, maintain whatever kind of positivity. It just feels really natural, honestly, like that everyone's being so wonderful. And I feel like I'm just kind of like a mirror. And because everyone's so kind and incredible, I feel like it's just very easy to just be positive. I mean, crystals, I always firmly believe in them. I think that they have the ability to, impact your vibration, if you will. So I'm constantly wearing them. I mean, like 1, 2, 3, 4,
wow,
and 5, 6 different kinds of crystals.
How did you get involved in crystals? Was that
I was gonna say, yeah.
Like a childhood thing,
is it like good luck for you?
Kind of. They all have different properties. And I, like, my mom always had a few little like a piece of amethyst or some rose quartz lingering around when I was a kid. But honestly, I didn't start really getting into crystals until I was 16. I was working at David's Tea, which I don't know if y'all would have heard of that, but it was a Canadian big tea brand that, rivaled Teavana essentially. And I worked in a mall, and there was always these regulars that also worked in the mall that would come on their breaks to get a cup of tea. And there's this one that I got really good friends with, and she was an awesome person. She also was like deeply intuitive and like very, kind of psychic vibes. And one day she could like just sense I was going through a bit of a tough situation. She was like, "You need some lapis lazuli in your life." And so I was like, okay, I've never had anyone be like, "You need this specific crystal." So I went out, bought it, and then the collection over the years, it would grow, and then I give all of them away, all of them except for that one piece of lapis lazuli and like one other piece in my collection that I've had for that long. All the other ones, if I felt like someone else needed a crystal, I would give them that one, if it just felt like it was right to give it away. So I didn't actually start collecting again until not this past January, but the one before. I started working at a crystal store, and I worked there until about mid-April of last year, mid to end April of last year. I was still working there doing the online store, when there was lockdowns and everything. But when I stopped working there, I started collecting at a much larger scale, and then I started kind of formulating a bit of a business, and I just have a very small business now that I run, mainly through Instagram, starting to build a website and all that jazz. But now my collection is honestly overwhelming sometimes, so I'm constantly trading in new stock and releasing old crystals from my collection that I feel don't like belong to me anymore. It's weird when you feel like a detachment from them, it's time for them to kind of move on to the next person. But I love them. I think that they have a very positive, beneficial impact on people's lives. Yes, Michael says it's a lot. He's not kidding. When he comes over, there's
Eden, you're gonna love this.
What else is a lot?
It's time. Speaking of Mentos, you remember the Mentos commercial? It's time for the Mentos trick, everybody.
A fresh maker.
Oh, yeah.
And I do wanna thank you for those observations about crystals, because it's definitely a part of your profile. I know I've got your Instagram from time to time, and I think it's cool to get the backstory of that. So thanks for sharing that with us.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So today, what we're gonna do, we're gonna play this a little differently. So we have, with all the cams we have going, I'm gonna do the Mentos trick with, well, this has nothing to do with the cams, but I'm gonna do it with regular Coke today. So this might not be quite as majestic, but it might still be pretty good. Let's try it out. So first, what I do is we'll go back to the 3-shot while I set this up. So first, I pour.
Rob Pinball, welcome in.
Hey Rob, welcome back in the chat. It's been a bit. It's good to see you. Oh my god! I didn't even do the Mentos part yet.
Oh no!
Oh, I told you this was gonna be a banger of an episode.
Oh my god! I didn't even do the Mentos part yet. Oh lord! All right. So anyway, you do.
That's what you get.
I don't know how you top that. That was
none of this BS. Half doing it. I want to try it.
Without the Mentos. Aaron, it's good to see you in the chat. I'm sorry your network is messed up for you. So when we go back to the eyes, we'll give you a close up again. So anyway, hopefully this will still work. So we have the Mentos Chaos Rain. That's so funny. All right, so let me get a couple of Mentos out. So it goes like this. I don't want to spend too much time on my ISO. Let's just get that going. This is gonna be a very sticky studio for a while. Oh my gosh. All right, so this is, if you can hear me, this is where we put the Mentos into.
That's not incriminating at all, Davey.
There we go. You see that?
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's how the Mentos trick works. Yeah. Normally Usually you have to do the Mentos first, and then you get the explosion. We just happen to get this
Two for the price of one.
Yeah, well, the first time he did get the explosion at the cost of his keyboard.
Oh, yeah, that was a wild night, Eden. I had to dry the keyboard and then put it away, and I had to get another keyboard to make
started switching on their own. It was
nuts.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And Newbie, you're right.
one of those.
Campus Rob says, just wanted to see your antics in the show. You didn't disappoint. And Me Newbie says, very cool, very 2007, which is completely accurate. Which is this was a revival of definitely something that I remember from when I was in back in the day, let's say, you know. So I think the open splurge was better that first time, man. Can't beat it. Oh man, okay. So if you're, I'm glad to see Eden that you've joined our Discord. I'll repost that clip in the Discord, the first attempt. Yeah, that's unbeatable because it went like went all over the place.
Really? Oh jeez.
All right, Aaron, it's time for you to wield your powers. See, I don't know how to delete messages from the chat, so that there. Thank you.
You can get big followers. What do you mean?
I know.
Aaron not doing her job.
Aaron, again. Well done. Thank you so much.
Talk late and then act late.
Well done.
I see a pattern emerging here, Davey. You
know it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, get the heck out of here, bot boy. So.
You see what I'm saying? See the positivity that just spews from the community. I wish I was that positive, but sadly, I'm not in it. So.
All right. So Eden, I'll ask one more question. What were some of your musical inspirations growing up?
Oh, growing up, honestly, growing up is very different than now. Growing up, I mean, we were a musical theater household. So I was super, super into musical theater as a kid, which is not something that I think that you'd really clock, being in my streams or even knowing me now. But I was super, super into musical theater. Wicked was amazing. That musical is it's still phenomenal. It's still incredible. The soundtrack's still amazing, but that was on repeat in the household as a child. Oh, my mom's in the chat.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yes.
So my mom can corroborate that. Also, Norah Jones was a huge influence growing up. My mom was constantly playing that. But then to kind of switch it up a little bit, we were constantly playing Black Eyed Peas on road trips. So Elefunk and Monkey Business, those were our go-to CDs on road trips. We loved playing that. So definitely, those three were where it was at,
That's really awesome. Yeah, I mean, you got a wide range of music. You have the Black Eyed Peas, you have Wicked. It's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool upbringing for sure. Aaron says Cats was always on in my house, and that's because of my obsession with it. That's really cool. Aaron, good times. Any other comments? Let's see. Rahomo says Eliki Minik Inama Atom Atom Elika Namen. I don't know what that's from. I missed that reference. Is that from Wicked too? I don't know, but
no.
Nah. Kim's because your mom is a baller.
That's true, Mama.
It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you, Kim. Let's appreciate you, Mama Eden or Mama Sterling. Super cool. I love it. So yeah, that's great. And so, who are some of your inspirations these days?
Oh, wow. Definitely. I would say probably one of my biggest inspirations is Amy Winehouse, hands down. She was just a absolute legend, and just both writing wise as well as, vocal talent wise, just such a massive, massive inspiration. Definitely Erykah Badu as well is a huge one too. And Hiatus Coyote, they're not as, big. They were nominated for a Grammy, but they're an Australian kind of funk-ish band, funk soul band. Ooh. And they're incredible. Their musicality, their lyrical ability, it's just unreal. So a lot of more of the kind of R&B influences I'd say are most prevalent with my inspirations now, but it does really, really range. I mean, MF Doom is one of my most favorite artists of all time, and he, was a rapper that really, he's described as your rapper's favorite rapper. He just passed away last October, actually. Yeah, it's really sad, but he was an incredible rapper himself. So I love old school rap, and by old school I mean kind of 90s, early 2000s, not old school. And I also,
yeah, medium school. We got you.
Medium school. And I also love. I do love electronic music as well. Like, there's just something that just makes you feel so like vibey with it, like Flume, incroyable. So it's all over the place, really, but definitely Amy Winehouse.
No, Amy Winehouse is a good place to start, and so definitely some eclectic taste, but it's pretty solid taste all the way around. Aaron, by the way, has added, off topic, but Eden, I love your outfit this evening.
Thank you.
And I will also add, I loved hearing all your musical inspirations and everything. That was great. I feel like I've gotten to know you like more rounded. If that makes sense. And it's really neat, and I can see little bits and pieces of all of those coming through in your songs. So that's really neat. Like, now I'm gonna know.
Awesome.
Oh, there's the rap influence again. R&B, a little, I always find it fascinating how that really translates into people's art, and being music, art, and everything, And I find it with classic video games and stuff too. Like, it kind of permeates what I do sometimes because it's something I love so much.
For sure. And I'm sure you see it in probably, the little Easter eggs in the video games that are newer, maybe, that you play, that these developers that really liked, XYZ video games are probably sneaking in just a little like homage to older video games, I'm sure, in some ways.
It is fun. It is fun to find those. In the same way it's fun, like, when you hear two pieces of music and you're like, oh, and then you look up and you find out they were influenced by that musician. But I always love that when I find that. I'm just like,
like little motifs, right, in a song that like kind of harken back to a song that someone else did. Yeah, that's always cool. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Baby, you're cool.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, me? Oh, well, you're very kind. You're too kind. I'm all right. But
Turbo's just honest.
Yeah, I dig it. But yeah, like, so you're starting out. You got a pretty good song list now. Like, what are some songs you're thinking of adding to that queue in the near future?
Oh, good question. I mean, I'm constantly looking for new suggestions. I mean, I have in my Discord server the song list suggestions, and I am constantly looking to, kind of add more in. I'd really love to be able to add in some, things that I can play on the piano better. I'm much better at piano than I am at guitar, but
right?
I knew that. Like, way easier for me to play piano than guitar. I by no means am like great at piano or anything, but I'm definitely better, because I would call myself mediocre at best at guitar. And I would say I'm a little more okay than mediocre at piano. I guess they're kind of the same thing, but marginally better at piano. And it makes it a lot easier to play these complex chords on piano versus on guitar. So, I mean, I don't have any, specific things in mind on what I'm bringing into the song list, but definitely, always looking to expand, looking to, either trade things out. Yeah, Falling by Alicia Keys. That's a great one that I could definitely add in, for sure. But I think once I have the instrument versatility as well, because I mean, I also play ukulele too. I don't have a ukulele right now, but when I have, a keyboard that I can integrate into, Streamlabs or my my interface, I mean, it's all just on the technical side of things to be able to figure that out. Then it'll be, kind of easier to put more songs on the song list.
Okay. Oh, I never knew that the quirk.
see.
Oh, yeah, Swims. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. That was bad timing on our part. The first time tonight, it was bound to happen. I was just saying she's holding out on us.
Yeah. I want to hear more of these piano licks you have. That sounds really fun. I'm looking forward.
I love it. Yeah.
Aaron, thank you for the really kind comment. Davy, best interviewer on Twitch. Well, you're very kind. I'm not sure if I don't know if I would put myself into that territory, but it's nice that you think that much of me. So thank you very much. I think you guys carry these interviews, to be honest. I mean, Swims, you've been great helping me out tonight. Interview, and Eden, you've been awesome. That's just really cool to hang out with you. Let me think. I'm trying to think what other. Oh, Swims, I think I should go to you for the next question. You haven't asked a question in a while.
Oh, are we going back to me now?
Absolutely.
Humble Swimmy here to ask the question.
So humble.
So one of the things that I've noticed is that you're not afraid to kind of make fun of yourself. I think you mentioned gap tooth a couple of times and like giant. So I guess my question is that something that you were made fun of as a kid? Now that you're like kind of taking back, or is it just more of like I'm just so comfortable in myself that this is just okay to kind of do, and I'll play along and laugh with people rather than have them laugh at me?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I was never really like made fun of for my height or anything. I mean, there was definitely, some snarky kids when I was like 13, 14 that, they were the same age and they were clearly so insecure that they, felt the need to say something about my gap. And like the greatest part is like there's this one kid that always like called me like a hillbilly, and it's like, dude, it's literally a gap tooth, like whatever. But other than that, like no, not really. I just like I think that they're the most like defining characteristics about me is I'm very tall. I'm like almost 6 feet tall, and I have a gap in my teeth. So like that's my like Instagram handle is Gap Tooth Giant, and I love it because I think it just describes me ultimately. And yeah, I mean, realistically, like they're definitely not things that, I feel like people will ever like make fun of me for or anything. And like if they do, it's just kind of like, oh, good one, at this point. And I'm very comfortable with, any of those things. And if anyone ever feels the need to comment on anyone else's appearance in a negative manner, it's just very obviously their own projection of feeling inferior. So, I mean, that's a whole lot of their problem at the end of the day.
I feel like we should clip that and play that for people all over the place to hear that. And I think there's a lot of kids who would really answer.
Awesome point. I agree with you, Swims. And Aaron also adding, clearly so insecure, Eden, an icon. It's a great quote. Great quote, Eden.
It's true though. I mean, ultimately, like if people are comfortable in their own skin, either with their own appearance or their abilities, really at the end of the day, if anyone's going to comment negatively in any manner towards anyone else, down to the way they dress, economically, mentally, physically, how they're performing in any manner of life, it's because they feel like they're inferior in any manner. And it's just so unnecessary at the end of the day. Just let people live. You know what I mean? It's just.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I was complaining about my coworker yawning too loudly today, so I guess I'm insecure about my yawns.
I mean, I feel like that's a little different, But I mean, being directly
really loud yawn.
I mean, that's different.
Like it's just like that, but like 4 or 5 times in a row, and I can't handle it. I'm sorry.
I feel that's different. That's different. It's not you're not directly attacking someone for the way that they are kind of presenting themselves.
I'm not directly attacking somebody. Can we get somebody on Aaron?
Aaron says, and you should
Aaron,
be Swimmy. But she's just kidding. She's just kidding.
I'm only gonna be able to raid 100 times instead of 101 times now.
Me Newbie. Hey, Me Newbie. I think Me Newbie just subscribed to the Sandwich Show. Thank you so much for sub. That is really nice of you to do that. So thank you so much. Normally when I see people with the sandwich emotes, that means generally that they're a sub. So thanks a lot. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I think he subbed earlier. I think it was when the hype train was going on.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
Missed
so much.
That hype train was just so exciting,
Oh yeah, there it is. I see the
There's a lot
subscription.
going on there.
That's right. It was during the hype train. Thank you for the sub, me newbie. That's really really cool. Let me see. I think I was going to ask what your So who are some of the channels you like to follow on Twitch? I know that you're also familiar with some of the other Twitch musicians out there. You mentioned Irene. That's a good one. But any others?
Davy's eating a sandwich.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Totally it. Totally. I knew it was me. I knew it.
Well, obviously, both of you.
Thank you.
Obviously. But also, honestly, what?
What'd you say, Swims?
I didn't say anything. Continue.
But definitely also, the reason I even found out that Twitch had a whole music community and that people stream music, I thought it was just like gaming. And I mean, I don't play any video games, so I, was always like, I probably wouldn't find my place there or anything. But the reason that I found out about it is the Feverish Lemons. They're like literally they've skyrocketed over the last couple months. They've been on the front page, I think like 3 times or something now. And it's my good friend who is an old coworker, ended up being good friends. Her boyfriend is the drummer in their band, but they switch instruments. They all switch instruments. They all sometimes take turns singing. They're so talented. It's ridiculous, honestly. Highly recommend everyone checks them out. Obviously, Catherine O'Shea, too. She's, the reason I met Irene initially. I love watching Sashi Boom. Mio Biskin. Oh, amazing. He's a newer affiliate. You gotta give.
Whoa! Thank you, Iron Angry. It's good to see you again. 3 months of tier 1 to Swimmy. Look at you. You've got all sorts of access to the sandwich show now.
I really appreciate that. I didn't even know I was unsubbed. Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
That's
Look
so
at that.
sweet.
Iron Angry PFP. Thank you so much for doing that. That is really, boy, so generous of you. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Have you seen? It's so good. Oh, go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, other people that I like to watch. I'm just taking a look through all my my people here. I mean, I started watching Josh Turk, and I know that you like a couple months ago I started watching him.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you've had him on the show, right?
Oh, that was a great spot too. Yeah.
I hear Josh has wonderful mods.
Swimming mods, his channel.
Top of the top mods.
Right here.
There you go.
So you might have investment in that channel.
He's Toronto too. He's Toronto as well. And
ooh.
He's awesome. He's great vibes. And also someone who's been in my chat for a long time, and I just caught his stream yesterday, Genesis Kiefer Music. Oh my god, he's so talented. It's ridiculous.
Love it.
Incredible. So I love it.
Don't know about Jay either. He is so good. He's such a lovely person having in the chat.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, I always, just knew him as this absolute angel in chat. And, he told me he had streamed, but he lives in Singapore. So, I mean, we're obviously on complete opposite time zones. I think it's almost 12 hours, like, on the dot. So I always missed his streams, but he did a stream probably like 30 or 40 minutes after mine ended last night. And so I hopped in and I caught almost the whole thing. And from the first song, my jaw dropped. I was like, oh my God, this tone, the musicality, incredible.
Yeah, check that channel out. Let's do a shout. How do you spell that? I'd love to do a shout out to his channel.
Genesis, Genesis,
mm-hmm.
Then Kiefer, Keefer music.
Okay, hopefully this works.
Incredible.
Let me put this in. No, I don't think I did it right. Let me try that again.
Oh, Keefer.
Kee. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, almost had it.
Keef. 1F?
Yeah.
ER.
I think. I hope.
That'll work. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Got him. Cool. So chat, check that out. Check out Genesis Key for Music as well. I will do the same. Make sure to follow on Eden's recommendation. Really cool.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Oh, and Asymmetrical Soul. I can't believe I forgot Asymmetrical Soul. That's another streamer that is like such an angel in so many people's streams, and he does very like experimental music, but it's so vibey. It just feels like you're floating in the cosmos. I love his streams. It's incredible. So highly recommend him too.
Man, there's so many good choices here, Eden. I love it. So, Swims, I'll give it to you for one last question, then we'll go to randoms.
Let's see what I want to ask. You've answered so much that I was curious about. Like, yeah, and you answered some of my follow-up questions. You're a great interviewee. Amazing.
Only because I have great interviewers.
Aw, thank you.
Davey, in all seriousness, though, Davey, I'm going to use up my question time on you, and I hope you don't get upset about this. But
No, it's fine.
Yeah, just tell me if you agree here. From the first episode to now, Davey's interviewing skills and the way he's set up this program are amazing.
Oh.
The way he gets people to open up and make people feel so welcomed, and it's great. And I'm so glad I've gotten to witness this. Davey, much like the rise of Eden, watching you, it's been such a short period of time, and it's just great to see. I think you two are like on the same wavelengths.
Yeah, there's a parallel. I think. I mean,
still cool energy
granted,
going on.
The parallel is like this. I'm like here, and Eden's line's like way like this, going this way. He's going way higher. But it's
no.
But
well, I mean, it's hard to keep up with such talent, Davey. She's got that voice is incredible.
And now that we know the influences, we know that her music comes from a really good place.
No, that's not how parallel works.
I know, it's not how parallel works. That's funny. But okay, Eden's trying to do the shout out to Asymmetrical Soul. Hopefully,
it was just spelled differently with Aaron trying there, so I was just trying to put the
okay,
accurate.
Let me see if I can do it.
Aaron, here's the thing. Not only is it getting better and better, like I don't think that it could take another huge leap, and then the next show it's taken another huge leap. It's just incredible. I love seeing it.
I do too.
It's been a pleasure to be a part of it.
Davey is a legend.
It's way absolutely. But yeah, that's the thing that's really what I really like about your channel the most is that there are a number of channels like that, but you're no exception. And it really does feel like we are involved whenever we come over to Eden Sterling on the channel. Like you just say hello and everybody just warms, like just gives you a hug, and then you start. And then I love those segments you're talking about earlier, like you talk about sandwiches, you talk about like things you've had for lunch and what have you. That's really cool. I will close on this quick question, really quick. Some of your favorite foods. I know sandwiches are one, but what are some of your favorite foods that you really enjoyed over the years?
Oh, absolutely. I grew up on chicken fingers, like loved them. And now that I don't eat meat, vegan chicken fingers are where it is at. I eat them probably too often, but they're honestly my life and my love. I could eat them all the time. Vegan pizza is always a good time too. There's some really, really good places down here in Toronto for it as well. And always a good taco. Tacos are primavera. I could eat them every day.
It's never a bad time for tacos, Eden. It really isn't. So that's really cool. And the vegan scene with tacos is also really good. We can get into that a little later. But first, let's segue into our second half of the show, and we do it by giving the chat a chance to ask questions of you, and we call it here on this show. We call it America's favorite moment in Twitch broadcasting. Oh my goodness! I gotta turn it up. There we go.
It's time for random questions. Great stuff. Ask us anything.
Yeah. So let's do it, everybody. We're gonna open the queue now. Thanks for opening the queue, Aaron.
Oh, wait.
Go in and right
this way. Random questions.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And so, if you want to ask a question, write ! question followed by the question itself. I'm actually going to add my own question to this because I'm very curious about this. If you could, So we'll take your next question. Aaron written 8686, our mod here, asked this question: what is your favorite dessert? Yeah.
Oh, my favorite dessert is either really good vegan cheesecake or the non-dairy Magnum bars, the almond ones. Those are so good. It's honestly sinful.
Nice. Good call. I like it. Tin Tam Gaming, I probably missed the staple question, but throw it in there, my friend. The staple question. Here it comes. Yeah. The staple question is Tin Tam's signature question, and it is, Eden Sterling, waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
Oh!
No.
Oh!
I saw yours. I saw yours, Turbo, up there. I knew this was going to be controversial, but I can't lie to you. I can't lie. It's pancakes.
Wow. Jade, did you hear that?
Oh my God.
You got another ally. 2 in a row. 2 in a row.
I'm running out of passes for the pancake people.
We are suddenly the Pancake Brigade is suddenly gaining on the waffle team. And we've had so much support for waffles, and Tin Tam not about it. Oh, wow. But Rahomo says you chose wisely. That is incredible.
And Aaron wants to throw in French toast. We do have to stop admitting French toast. I don't think it's the same category, but we'll include it.
I'd still pick pancakes.
You would
I'd
pick
still pick
pancakes
pancakes.
over French toast. Now
Absolutely.
that is incredible.
David,
sure.
people just like being wrong. There's nothing you can do.
It is definitely an opinionated subject. I know.
Very much so.
That's okay. I foresaw this answer coming, and my question, addresses it.
Do we keep it in there? Do you want to ask that question anyway? We'll get to that. But first,
I'm going to ask it anyway.
Okay, okay, but we have a couple of folks ahead in the queue. So first, me newbie, what is the sandwich that got away?
Oh man, I feel like all of them once I'm done eating them. I don't know what that means though, because if it wouldn't have gotten away after I've eaten it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only way I would know about it is if I've been able to eat it and experience its glory. I'd say one of my very favorite sandwiches of all time is from a place in Toronto called Copper Branch. It's a branch itself, but they have a tempeh, maple tempeh with like vegan provolone and a bunch of delicious roasted veggies in it. Oh, I could eat it all day, every day.
Ooh, I like it. That's really nice. Swims, I'll give you a chance to answer that too. What's the sandwich that got away for you?
Oh, me?
Yeah, really quickly.
Oof. So many. So little time to say, oof. Take together. Couple others. Andrea. There's just so many. So many sandwiches.
What are these restaurants? I can't understand. That's funny. All right.
Oh, I thought sandwiches was a metaphor.
That's pretty good.
Right now, the sandwiches got away is the chopped cheese. I've not found a good place to consider one.
Good answer. Yeah, that is a good answer.
What is the chopped cheese? You keep mentioning it.
Okay, let me show that to you, because that was a topic. The last time we had TurboSwim on, I was interviewing him, and I will show you what that looks like. It's basically like a cheesesteak, but it's got all this melted cheese in it. And Swimmy, you could probably describe it better than me because you're closer to the scene.
Instead of like a steak, it's like hamburger chopped up, kind of like a ground beef with cheese mixed in.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you tried making it?
I have not. You know what? Maybe that's the key. The key.
I feel like you could make like a Big Mac chopped cheese or something.
So, funny story. I had a cheesesteak tonight, as you saw. I had hyped up the fact to Davey that I was going to have this sandwich on, and then you confirmed for Tuesday night. But in my haste on Sunday, I had prepared everything to have my own homemade cheesesteaks last night. So this is the second night in a row I'm eating cheesesteaks.
Oh, no way. You ate them twice in a row. My goodness.
Yeah, I had everything all defrosted. Can't
get enough.
The onion was already pre-chopped. It was like, I guess I'm going all cheese. Then I got the cheese balls. Cheese curds doesn't count as straight cheese,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
Aaron with a really good idea in chat. A couple things. Aaron says, "Oh, we did a whole thing on it," which we did. Like we did the whole episode about the chopped cheese sandwich. Before I get to Aaron's response, I want to show you what the chopped cheese sandwich looks like. So we'll give it to you quickly. I have to tweak a couple things. Let me just do this. It'll only take a second. There you go. What do you think?
Ooh.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like a monstrosity in a good way.
Yep. Yep. Oh, Fitness Gal's in the chat. Hi, Fitness Gal. She's one of our regulars here on the Sandwich Show chat. Fitness Gal in the chat. She says, "Whoa, it's good to see you." Hi, Fitness Gal. So good to see you. Yeah. So that's basically it. It's basically like chopped hamburger with cheese and lettuce and tomato, and it's on this special kind of bread, which Swimmy told us about a little bit earlier. But that is the gist of it. It's really, really interesting. So now to the next comment by Aaron. Swimmy, Davy, one of you got to do a stream attempting to make a chopped cheese sandwich.
I think that could be arranged.
I think we could do that. I think we're gonna make that
I think
happen.
you guys should do a joint stream doing it.
Oh yeah, a collab. In real life collab? You want to fly out here, or you want me to fly out there? It swims?
Yeah, I do. I do have. If the situation ever gets any better,
Right. Fair question.
I do have a trip to Toronto planned. But the next one, I have not been out to California, and I've always wanted to be in California. I've always wanted to do some In-N-Out Burger.
Oh.
So I think, Davey, we might have to make that work.
Oh, we're making that work. If you make it out here to my home, we'll make it happen. I'll show you all the stuff, and Tommy's too, and so many good burgers out here. It's really, really fun. Okay, let's keep going and into the queue. Great stuff so far, you guys. Really good. Oh, this is my question. Okay. So my question to you, Eden, is if you could meet one streamer from Twitch in real life, and let's just add that you haven't already met, who would you pick?
Ooh, in real life. Probably Autopilot, honestly, just because he's like so massive and has gotten like such a huge following on Twitch and is also so insanely musically talented. Like I feel like he has a crazy amount of tricks of the trade and, even just musicality wise and just everything. He's insane. So definitely Ordo, I'd say. There's so many I'd love to meet, but I think Autopilot would be crazy to meet.
Oh man, I hope that happens for you. Does Autopilot live really far from where you are?
Yeah, Ordo, he's in England.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of him, but he has like over 250,000 followers on Twitch. Like he's huge. Like
okay, that's a lot.
I know.
I think like 10,000 is a lot, so 250 is crazy.
Yeah, like he's massive, and he's been doing it for a long time too. Like I can't remember how long he's been streaming music for, but it's been years and years. And the music community on Twitch really wasn't that big when he started at all.
Right.
And now, I mean, it's way bigger. So
yeah, he's generally considered the one who kind of started it. I think it's been 8+ years now that he's been streaming music full time on the platform.
Yeah, exactly. So that's crazy, like it would be so cool to just pick his brain on what made you be this innovative force for Twitch, to start streaming music and, not to mention just all of his crazy talent too.
Yeah, that sounds like a really, really fun idea, and hope, those are the kind of people you want to meet the most, like the most interesting streamers are really on there. But what's interesting? You kind of alluded to this. It seems like the majority of Twitch music started about a year ago. Isn't that interesting? So do you feel like the pandemic was like the genesis of the Twitch music movement?
100%, like 100%. And I completely understand why people started doing it. Is, a lot of these musicians that are streaming on Twitch, they made their living off of live gigs and performances. And it went from, them doing multiple gigs a week. Like, some of them had like residence spots at either restaurants or bars or hotels and stuff like this. Some people were cruise ship performers, and then they go from, you know, all of that to just nothing. And it's not only needing that creative outlet, but that connection to a community, and to be able to, you know, create and have, you know, kind of that response and energy around you. And so I fully understand why a lot of musicians migrated to Twitch now. I think that, you know, it's been an incredible to be able to boost the music community worldwide and bring all these artists together that would have otherwise never even talked to each other, never even collaborated with each other, or started, you know, streaming themselves. Like it's been incredible, but definitely, you know, triggered by the pandemic, in my opinion, for sure.
It ends up being a really big silver lining to what has been just a horrific situation. So, and it's through that we all met for all intents and purposes. Have gotten to know a lot of cool streamers in that vein. Swimmy, you've been using Twitch even before that. So was that a surprise to you to see how much music there was on Twitch after a while? Like you know, it's interesting to see that history.
Yeah. Rahomo made a great point. The audience needed it too. And
I love that point.
But I actually only came back onto Twitch because of the music community. So when I was on in, you know, early 2013, 2012, 2014, it was just gaming at that point. They had just switched over from Justin TV. It was really only gaming. Esports was just becoming a thing. Chats were extremely toxic back then.
Oh, is that right?
Mostly people yelling at the streamers or fighting with each other over aspects of the game, or, you know, trying to purposely mess with people playing the game and ruin their games. There was a lot of that.
Wow.
But when I came back, I was actually watching some of the big streamers. I was watching Saikuno, and actually Disguised Toast, because I knew him back from when I was playing competitively in Hearthstone. He was one of the main guys. So I was watching him, and then I just happened to watch Boozley was doing the Twitch music, or back when that was a thing. They had the what was that called?
The contest.
And then because of that, it started suggesting music streamers, and I didn't even know that they were doing that. And eventually found Katie's stream was like the first.
Voice Unmuted, right? Yeah.
It was the first one I found, and then just kept going from there. So it was a huge surprise when I came back, and it was really cool, and everybody was positive and fun, and I started making friends, and even I found that even the gaming communities have come around to a more fun and engaging, and people are honestly there to, you know, boost you up and have fun and play and find other people to play with. So it was the biggest surprise of my life, and I'm glad that the music community was here, because otherwise I wouldn't have jumped back in.
That's so interesting, Swims. Thank you for that perspective.
That's really cool.
Very cool. Vanaka says, Swimmy came back for me.
I did.
Of course.
I love Vanaka's streams too. He does some fun stuff.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Some old games too.
Oh, really? Okay, now I really gotta check that out. That's awesome.
From when you were like a little kid.
Oh yeah.
What game?
I forget what the full name is, but it's Putt Putt, and it's a little car, and I'm sure Vanaka will put it in. Yeah, Putt Putt travels through time.
There we go. So you just played that. Okay, that's really cool. I'll check that out.
You go through and like, yeah, you know, it's like a little kid's game, but it's, you know, it's fun to watch him, and he's just, you know, interacting with everybody and having fun and singing Bloom. So
love it. Aaron adds a couple of great points, and so does Tintam. Like Aaron says, I found a lot of music streamers say they feel more connected to their Twitch communities than they did with their live audiences, which is really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think I see that. I see that firsthand too. And Tintam says, yeah, Twitch is more personal and great. And I think you're referring to Twitch Sings. Tintam mentions that it's Twitch Sings.
Yes, thank you, Tintam.
That's cool. I would have liked to have had that, because that would have been fun to. It was like really good for karaoke. I heard, like it's kind of like Smule, but for Twitch.
Yeah, well, that's basically what it was. It was just like karaoke, and you know, it was supposed to be like a DCMA free thing, but they got rid of it and soon after they got rid of it was when they started cracking down on
lame.
and the music streams as well.
Yeah.
Which I know Twitch isn't happy about themselves. So
I just don't get, but look, I don't want to drag down the show with that topic, but yeah, that's unfortunate. It really is.
Yeah, I can definitely say it is sad not to be able to, save any of my VODs or anything like that. I mean, I know that I can save them for my own personal use, but for people to be able to come back and see it is kind of sad. But I definitely get it. When I was like 14, I posted a cover of Frank Ocean's Forrest Gump on YouTube, and it got taken down fully. Not just the sound removed, but it got completely unpublished.
Wow.
About a year after, which is crazy. And I was just a 14-year-old sitting
man.
at home recording on like an iMac, just really terrible quality, just playing my guitar, and it was taken down for that. So
wow.
yeah, I
So
definitely
mean.
get it, but
I get it too, but
frustrating.
Yeah, not to bring it down, but while Davey gets the next question loaded up, do you feel like the DCMA is too extreme, or do you think it's a necessary evil?
I think that honestly, with covers, and if you're not even using an instrumental track, I personally think that it shouldn't be as intense as it is. I'm sure legally speaking, there's probably a lot of fine lines they're skirting on, and they're probably avoiding hosting anything that could get them in trouble. And I'm sure that they don't want to permit anything that's going to get them into any kind of legal recourse. So I totally get why they have it. I do think it's a little intense. I mean, if you're streaming video games and you're playing the Beatles in the background, I mean, that's obviously very different than, someone just playing a little cover on their guitar or something. But I definitely understand why it is at the way it is, because the teams of lawyers some of these music production companies have, they're unparalleled. There's no way that they could stay in a legal battle for XYZ amount of time. So I get it, but it is frustrating.
yeah, I hear that. I mean, it does seem really. Yeah. Did you see Aaron's comment, Swims? She said just a tad a bit over the top, and I agree. I do agree.
For sure.
Yeah. It's too bad, but I guess it probably is a necessary evil, honestly, because then how is anyone going to make money off of any of these songs? So I guess there is that, but honestly,
I'm ignoring Erin, so you'll just have to let me know what she said.
all right, while you do that, let's go to the next question, and it's from you, actually. It says, why are waffles better than pancakes?
See, I told you I preempted. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I still have an answer for that, even though I personally think pancakes are superior. What I will say, though, is that pancakes are not as good savory, so waffles have more versatility. Like, I love a good, faux chicken and waffles with some sriracha maple. Like, that's great. It's wonderful. But overall, there's nothing like a good, fluffy pancake. So, I mean, I think waffles are better in that respect because they're more versatile. But I just think pancakes are where it's at.
That's so interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't beat the crispiness of a waffle. Now, bland waffles do make this more difficult for me to evaluate, but if it's a good waffle with a nice crisp and a nice texture and a good buttery taste on the inside, I mean, it's so, like you said, it's versatile too. Like it can also house things. It can make sandwiches, which is of course a big draw for me. Naturally, I gravitate to that. So,
Ian, you want to explain what you mean by faux chicken too? Because I think that confused at least Tim Tam. He's from Texas, but that's that stuff down there.
I think he thought it was like pho, like the soup chicken. So
no, fake chicken. Yes, Aaron, exactly. So not real meat. It's usually made out of vital wheat gluten is what it's called. Sometimes they use soy. I personally like the vital wheat gluten ones better because it's just better texture, usually better taste. But yeah, just fake chicken.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter if it's fake now. You can't go wrong with the chicken tendies.
Exactly. I mean, what are they even made out of to begin with when they're not vegan?
They're made out of chicken.
I don't know. Have you
Yeah.
seen a McDonald's nugget? I don't know. That's made out of a whole lot
Great
more than just
question.
chicken.
I don't know. I grew up on a chicken farm, so our chicken.
That's different. There you go.
Yeah.
It was
Swim,
fresh. It was fresh.
staying on McDonald's for just a second. Swimmy, did you see that? We were talking, Swimmy and I were talking about the Big Mac that Josh Turk ate on during his 1 year anniversary show.
What was that?
Do your Big
That is
Macs?
not, like, a Big Mac should just be a messy pile of bread and mayo. And,
Yeah.
like,
So
there's no way you could. It falls apart when you try to eat it.
I was shocked. Aiden, is that how it is for you too? Like, when you see a Big Mac at a McDonald's, is it perfectly like structured like that?
It's been a long time since I ate one, but they're usually, yeah, pretty normally structured. I mean, you have like the little like bread in between to keep it all, kind of layered. So
All right.
is it just like slop down there?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. So when you order a Big Mac in the States here, like it looks like somebody took all the components like that Josh had and then did this with the box about the time, and then handed it out to you. Like that's what it's like.
It really is.
Wow.
It's a hot
Like,
mess.
I'm not even joking.
It's like the burger was drunk, like you.
Eat that perfect sandwich, and then I just see Davey go, "Yeah, right." Like that's not what my Big Macs look like.
We noticed that instantly. It was so funny. And Aaron says it's so
Never
true.
seen that.
Yeah, it's so good, so funny. No, Tim Tam, we're almost up to your question. We have one ahead of it, so let's go to it. First, Eden's mom asked this question: where did you get your cool fluorescent sign?
Oh, it's from my brother Justin. So he every time he sees any kind of Instagram ad that he's like, oh my god, I want that, he'll just buy it. So it was off of an Instagram ad. I don't know exactly where from, but from Justin. So I mean, he'll know, mama. But yeah, definitely just off of an Instagram ad he bought it off of, and he got it for himself originally, and he thought he selected red, but then he got pink, and he was like, I don't want a pink sign. I was like, well, I'd love it. So
That's ridiculous because pink is awesome.
It's a great fit. Great fit for your channel. And then your graphics are all pink too. That's really good. So that's really cool.
exactly.
It's a great
It's like I
visual
like
element.
pink or something.
Yeah. Tim Tam says, your brother is awesome, Eden, just my personal opinion.
Agreed.
Good times.
It's pretty great.
And I think he's partially saying that because both of their names are Justin in real life. So we want to invite your brother to the Discord too. So if he is on Discord, would you be willing to share that invitation to him? The reason is because we have a channel in there called the Justin Club, and like all the Justins we know from Twitch can gather and get to know each other. So that's what we have. It's our little quirk thing.
I don't believe he has Discord, but I'm gonna try and finesse him to get one to get in there.
That'd be nice. Thanks. Okay, so let's now get to
Line is just get in.
love it. Tim Tam with this question. Tim Tam asks, "What's a dog's favorite part of a tree?"
The bark.
Yeah, I love it. Perfect answer. Well done, Eden. Oh, so good. And in Kim's voice, haha, that's perfect. It is. Perfect response. Love it. That's exactly the...
What would you do if I said like the leaves?
I know. Oh, it's the branches?
Yeah.
And Aaron, it says the bark, but let me raise you this. What is a bank's favorite part of the tree? A bank's favorite part of the tree. Oh, I know this.
The branch.
Yeah.
Branch is on a bank.
I
Is it
think
actually?
so. I think that's it. Let's see if Aaron agrees. Let's see. And Tim Tam says partially, Davey? I think this is back to the earlier point. Yeah, we got it right. Well done.
You know,
Good job.
I prefer like the 1800s where they kept everything in a bank in the trunk.
Yeah.
Like those big wooden trunks. Like, you know, they were always heisting them out of the trains.
That's funny. Yep. I love that, Tim Tam.
That's a good answer.
Thanks for the question. Although he had some more fun comments. Tim Tam says, no idea. I'm just going to leave it alone. Very nice.
We need a drum roll, like a ba-dum.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I gotta.
You gotta get those.
I gotta get
sounders.
get that sound on my.
I want you to sound like a 2000s morning
That would take a lot of extra sound drops. Yeah, I would have to go scouring the internet for
like
that.
shock jock style.
Yeah.
You just need a soundboard.
Yeah, with like the Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard, so you can like make prank calls. Remember when they did that on the radio?
I do remember that. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna need way more buttons on my iPad than I have right now to do that. Let's see. Aaron says, "Oh, keep your money in a locked box and then lose the key and lose $200 something." And Kim's voice, "It's a sticky subject."
Aaron, that sounds very specific, like a very specific example. Just throwing it out. Like somebody may have lost a key to a lockbox that you know, or maybe you.
A friend.
Yeah, friend. Let's see. We have so let's go to one more question. We have 2 to go. And you can add more questions, you all. So right, exclamation point question followed by the question itself in the chat, and we'll continue asking some questions. Goombas161. What do we have here?
Aaron.
It is specific. I want my 200 something back. Oh, Aaron. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Oh wow, that was years ago, but I'm still upset. Oh my goodness.
Aaron cracks me up.
That is funny. All right. I'm sorry, Aaron. That's a bummer. Now, Goomba1618 asks, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you want to go? Eden.
Ooh, I mean, there's so many places that I really want to go, but honestly, one of the top places I've always wanted to go is New Zealand for sure. It's just so beautiful. It's, the nature is insane. And from what I've heard, the people are really wonderful and friendly. So I would absolutely love to go there. I also want to go to the Bahamas too. That would be incredible.
I like where you're going with these answers, like nature, peace, and serenity. Those are nice choices.
Oh yeah.
That's the way to do it. Some people do want to go to the hustle and the bustle, but I think this is, especially right now, with like all the stress that we deal with in our lives, I think it's a great call. So that's really cool. Oh, fitness
Toronto's
gal.
already busy enough.
Oh, absolutely. Exactly. Oh, that's actually a good point. Toronto is happening for sure. Fitness gal says, I was in New Zealand right before the pandemic. Can't wait to go back. It's gorgeous.
Wow. Jealous.
That's really cool.
I can't wait to go originally, but it's a really long flight. That's the only thing, is that it's a very, very long flight, and flights that long, oh my God. I mean, it was like a 12-hour trek when I went to Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a stopover in Hong Kong. So it was like 8 hours originally, and then just a 4-hour flight from there. But I think it's closer to like a 24-hour flight to New Zealand, which is pretty crazy, but I don't know, worth it if I could go for a long period of time. But that would have to be a long trip for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't just be like a 2-week thing where 2 full days out of those 2 weeks are just on a plane.
That's true. Man, that would be rough. So you'd be like 3+ weeks, and that sounds like the way to do it. Rent a hut.
At least.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That'd be sweet. It'd be nice. Fitness gal asks, where are you again, Eden? And Eden is in Toronto, so in the Toronto area.
Yes.
It's a good spot. So you are close to a couple people, I think, that I can think of off the top of my head. We mentioned Josh Turk, and Danielle Allard, I think, is somewhat in the area. Would she be close?
Daniela, I don't think I've heard of Daniela.
Oh, Swimmy, we gotta introduce her to Danielle Allard.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We do. We're streaming now, so potentially.
I was just thinking about that. I was wondering if she was still on. That's really great.
Yeah,
she's
Danielle Allard is a wonderful Canadian musician.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to give a follow.
She has her community are called the Dinos, and they are crackerjack. Yeah. She's very nice. She's really, really good, and she's got acoustic jams too, similar to yours. So one thing she does that is very interesting is she can do some looping on her channel.
Nice.
Yeah, so looping is really like a musician art form in itself, isn't it? Like, it sounds really hard to do. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, people who have the coordination for that, it's very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But you also need a good machine. to be able to really like hone in on that stuff. It's a little too a little too big for me at this point to be able to deal with all of that. You need to be so coordinated. Like your timing has to be impeccable. You have to be able to just think in multiple places at the same time. It's very impressive for people to be doing that for sure.
She's got the 30 plus instruments in her loops too.
30?
Yeah, not all 30 always make it in, but yeah, there's 30 different instruments. It's
and one of them is the cowbell. Cowbell is always featured prominently in her music as well.
Oh wow, that is crazy.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I'll give her a follow. That's nuts.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, let's see what time is it right now. Okay. Well, I mean, if we with enough luck, we might be able to even rate her tonight, because I've been meaning to do that anyway. So,
nice.
Thanks for the answer to the question, though. That's really good to get your thoughts on that. One to go. And I guess we can just close. Well, we could just close it up here. Rahoma with this question: what is your favorite instrument that you don't play?
Ooh, great question. I can't remember what it's called. I've seen it on TikTok a bunch though. It's this flute that's made up of like. It's really big. It's long. It's like this big at least. And it has these like little holes on either side. And you play it like this, like by blowing into it and by like using your fingers. And it almost sounds like as if an accordion was like super smooth. And it's fully just an acoustic instrument. But it's pretty amazing. It's some kind of flute. I can't remember fully what it's called. It's gonna drive me crazy.
Like the snake charmer flutes. I have no clue what it's called, but
I don't either.
I don't know. I'll have to look up the name of it, but that one's really cool. And I also love the banjo. It sounds really cool, and it's definitely something that's a little tough to learn to play for sure.
Bye, Aaron. Thank you.
Aaron, have a wonderful night. Thank you for all your help. You've been really, really helpful tonight. This is a big show, and you've really been You've really been really great to us with your mod work, mod love for life. I do want to make a couple of points that she wrote. I have broken the swimming. I win, and then she adds, she did too. Aaron says, my life goal is to go to either Iceland, Norway, or Finland and see the Northern Lights.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That sounds really awesome.
I had a trip to Iceland planned too, but then pandemic.
I know.
Always so upsetting.
I
once flew over the Northern Lights when I was coming back from Dominican Republic. We were in an airplane and you could see it was just like the green glints of the Northern Lights, but we were flying over them and it was crazy cool. It was really interesting.
I just want to see any part of that, even from afar. I'd love to see the Northern Lights. They look amazing in photos. So that's cool that you got to see some of it, like even from a different angle. Yeah, Romo says, "Wow, yeah, I'm with you, man. Wow is right. It's pretty sweet." So, I mean, just really quickly, where would you want to go if you could go anywhere? Would you go back to where you originally were going, like Finland?
So anywhere. I really want to go to Germany.
Okay.
That's my number one that I want to visit. But anywhere in Europe, Iceland would be cool. Just to see Northern Lights, and it just looks like a beautiful place. New Zealand and Australia is also high on my list. But basically anywhere I could travel at this point is kind of the next goal. But I'm really hoping to meet up with a ton of the Twitch musicians that I've met. So I'm hoping to do a West Coast trip out by you, Davy, and I'm hoping to get to Toronto sometime this fall.
Oh, that'd be nice.
There's about 10 or 15 Toronto streamers in that general area that I've met through Twitch that I really want to meet up and see. And Pines, SFX Pines, has graciously offered to let me stay with him.
That's nice. That's really great.
That's awesome. We live really close together. SFX Pines and I.
That's awesome. But I'm hoping to get a bunch of you guys together and just do a impromptu, just like jam session. Whoever shows up, whatever instruments you want to bring, and
yes, that would be amazing. I would love that.
Hopefully I'll get Josh in too. but we'll see. Cause
Well, he'd be up for that. He'd be up for that.
Doing a lot,
Swims.
yeah, but he's doing a lot of gigs and stuff. He might be. I don't know if I should be saying too much, but he is working very, very hard on getting back to the UK. So that might possibly.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
By early next year, so we'll see if he get other stuff in. He already did that California, Colorado trip, so.
Well, you just got to get up here before then.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to get Josh, maybe Katie if she's up for it. So hopefully, if not all at once, I'll get to see you guys and kind of do 2 or 3 cool little get together jam sessions. And
well, hopefully there's like an event where you all could meet at the same time. Like a music festival or something like that. Or that might be a good venue.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping Danny was talking about doing something in the Greater Toronto area, Ottawa area, with all the Twitch musicians, because she really wants to do that too.
Yeah.
So hopefully she does get to put together a little festival, and I know you'd be chomping at the bit for that.
Absolutely, I'd be there with bells on.
Yeah. It's amazing how many Toronto streamers there are.
Yeah, I know.
You even alluded to that point. There is a lot of talent for a city that sometimes isn't as well known. When you think of North America, you think New York, you think Los Angeles. Sometimes Chicago and other things get thrown in. I think sometimes we forget about Toronto, Ottawa, Vancouver, and just how much talent and stuff and offshoots of Hollywood and music, production is actually up in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, a ton of the big musicians now are from Toronto, like The Weeknd, Drake, Justin Bieber. Even he wasn't from Toronto, but he was from Stratford, Ontario, which was a small town. It is a small town in Ontario here, but there's even like Alessia Cara. She's from Brampton. Michael Cera, not a singer, but he's from Brampton too.
Celine Dion.
She's Montreal, exactly. Like there's tons of Canadian musicians that have made their way into the more like LA kind of scene realistically, but Toronto is the hub for all of it in Canada. Vancouver has a decent scene, Montreal has a decent scene, but Toronto is really, truly, and honestly where it's at. It's what has most of the major label like Canadian head offices are in Toronto. There's tons of production companies here, and it's everyone's moving. I moved to Toronto for the music scene. Like everyone in Canada definitely migrates to Toronto when it comes to music overall. Yeah.
And Kim's Convenience takes place there, so I'm down for that.
But even more than that, like a lot of your favorite shows, I'm sure, actually film here. Like,
I heard about that. Yeah, it's true.
The Boys on Amazon Prime, that was filmed here. Their Suicide Squad was filmed here.
Yep.
What's that one park? There's like a park with benches, and you've seen it in a bunch of movies. And I always wondered where that park was, and then I looked it up, and it's in Toronto. Like, it's in all these Hollywood movies, and like, they always like, no matter where the town is in the United States, they'll use it as New York, they'll use it as Los Angeles, and it's just like a nondescript park, like in downtown Toronto, and that's just like, it's easy to close off that section and get the park benches, and like that's where they film. And it cracked me up when I learned it was Toronto, and like that some of the summer scenes are filmed in the winter too. And I'm like, how do you sit there in a t-shirt in like, winter in Toronto? It's not the coldest, but it's not really warm either.
Yeah, probably Trinity Bellwoods. Probably, it's downtown. It's a very nice park. It's not big by any means, but I'd say it gives more of that kind of.
Yeah, I saw it online one time. They panned out, and it's just like a little city block, like a little square, just like you'd find in any city.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Trinity Bellwoods. It's a nice park.
Yeah, but it cracked me
up.
We'll go there.
Yeah, there you go. Part of the Toronto meetup later.
It's a lot cheaper than trying to shut down LA.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Wouldn't even be worth. Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally the reason. And like my brother and my boyfriend both work in the film union, so they both are, kind of in the shooting scene, and it's crazy. They'll go all over the city just for 20 minutes worth of material.
Right. Oh, this one from Rahomo. Queer as Folk was filmed there too, right?
I don't know. I have no idea on that. I'd have to.
Never thought about
I'd have
that.
to look it up.
It's a good question,
I
Rahomo.
feel like he's right. I feel like he is.
Seems like it. So
I'm not familiar with that one. Like I know of it, but I'm not really familiar with it.
Yep. All right. I think this is a good place to wrap up. So this has been a fun time exploring your world and getting to know you better, Eden. Are there any last words you want to say before we go ahead and start our raid out to a lovely streamer that we will soon get to know?
Just thank you so much to both of you. Honestly, it's been such a pleasure to be here. I really, really appreciate y'all having me on here. It's been awesome to have both of you, kind of hosting, and I really enjoyed my time here, and I'm excited to keep moving through the Twitch community. It's been a friggin' blast and a half, and there's only more fun to be had.
And we look forward to it. Oh, Punjabi, oh no! Punjabi says, wait, you're wrapping up? I just got here. Punjabi, welcome. Yes. Look, I'll give you one question. Go ahead and ask a question. We can we can take your extra random question. We learned about food.
You know what? I feel like we got to do one of these too, Davey. I feel like we got to.
Oh my goodness!
I haven't done that at all. And
thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so we got one more thing to do. And Punjabi's question, if you want to ask a question, Punjabi, feel free. Just ask. You don't even have to write the question.
I'll watch the VOD.
Yeah, I guess I'll watch the VOD. Oh my goodness! Thanks for reminding me. And now I kind of feel bad. I should just have redeemed it myself at that point. But let's go.
No, I redeemed it. I got you.
All right. So what we do is so Punjabi, you did make it for the starting lineup. So if you want to be in the lineup, exclamation point lineup, and you will be in the lineup tonight. And Eden, you'll be part of that, of course, as well. Let's make it happen. So I'm not going to read my own name. That would be so self-serving. But if anybody else wants to be in the lineup, go for it. I just waited like a minute or so. There you go. Well done.
Here, I'll do it too.
Ooh, that's a lot of people getting in on it real quick. I love it.
Oh, and Eden, you're automatically in there, so we'll save you to the end. So
no, she added herself anyway because she's a perfect guest.
I love that. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, so what we do,
the lineup,
if you've ever been to a Raptors game or been to a basketball game, we do a starting lineup basketball style for everybody here in the chat. Rahomo, you made the team. I just wanted to be in the pep band. Well, you made the team anyway. Congratulations, Rahomo. Let's do this.
More than you bargained for.
Definitely.
We should have a pep band too one time. That'd be fun.
That would be really funny. All right, let's do it, everybody. Here we go.
Oh, the build up.
And now, the starting lineup for your Davy's Eating a Sandwich Show Chat! At co-host, knocking it down with all the great musical questions and bringing in a sandwich to boot. From the Jersey Shore, rooting on the Phillies and the Dallas Cowboys. As one friend of mine actually does in New Jersey as well. That's interesting. At 6'1", let's go. He's actually 5'10". Just keep swimming. TurboSwim. And newcomer to the team, coming in from the good vibes at Eden Sterling's channel and in the Sandwich Show chat room. Goomba 1618. and a proud juker, a member of Danny K's channel at Human Juke 81. Also found at Mitzi Alcazar Music and many other channels throughout Twitch. And a proud keeper of the chickens, Benjabi 75. And at the other sandwich, the troller in chief. Last caught trolling Davy's eating a sandwich on the sandwich show earlier tonight. Homo! And lastly, but not leastly, at Collab. And I don't see her, but that's Collab representing the good vibes from Toronto, Canada. One of the rising stars of Twitch, Eden Sterling! Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries, your baby's eating a sandwich! Sandwich show time! Come on, crowd, give it up for him, give it up for him, give it up for him! All right. Woo! Thank you so much, everybody.
Awesome.
Thank you. Oh, I love doing that. I love that. And Rahoma says, and give it up for the pet band!
I think the reaction at all time though was not. Josh loved every
Oh, so good. So
it came on and he was instantly like, oh my gosh, it's like the Bulls.
That's right. And it's just so funny. That's literally, we talk about inspirations. I was definitely inspired by the Chicago Bulls of the 90s in doing that. They had the best intro, and so it's definitely patterned after that. So thank you for that. I appreciate your enjoyment of that. Romo, please sweet.
So cool.
That is so cool. Yeah. And it's cool that you guys all participate too, so that's really great. So thank you very much for being on the program. Swims, any final thoughts from you? You did a great job tonight. You really carried the program as well as far as the interviewing was concerned. So I really appreciate your help too.
Thank you, Davey. I was just trying to keep up with you. But I just want to say a big thank you to Eden. It was great to have her on. I think we could easily gone another 6 hours talking to her.
I agree.
A wonderful person, but I'm just so excited to see where your journey goes next on Twitch or music or wherever it goes. You got such a wonderful personality. I love talking to you and getting to know you. So I'm really excited to see what's next and how things go for you. And I really wish you all the best, and hopefully for years to come we'll still be talking and doing the same silly stuff on Twitch. But hopefully you'll be a lot more famous. And Davey, once again, thank you for having me.
Oh, you bet. Absolutely. The pleasure is mine.
I had a lot of fun with these, and like I said, watching you grow, it's just been wonderful.
Well, I'm most honored to do it.
Super excited. I've heard the lineups coming up. I'm super excited to see what you.
Oh my goodness, guys! Next week, the Brookstone Bards are coming into the Sandwich Show. That's unreal. And Eden, are you familiar with the Brookstone Bards channel? The rock and roll band. Oh, okay.
No.
Tune in next week. You'll get to know them.
You would love the book.
I think you would really have fun with them.
You would love that channel, and you'll love them. Definitely stop by again. Not to plug Davey's show that you're on.
Yeah.
Of course.
But Eden, you have been tremendous. I mean, it's always exciting when we get to meet someone who's on the rise like you are, and it's just been really It's really been fun, and it means the world that you're willing to spend time with all of us to share some of your stories and anecdotes. And we'll be back on your channel too. We love what you do, and continued success.
Thank you so much. It's been awesome being here. So I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for your guys' time and for having me on here and for asking such awesome questions. I'm really very grateful. So thank you so much.
You got it. And I love what Homo's comment. Get your life right. Thank you, John. Nice job, Davey, Eden, and Turbo. All the credit to both of you for that. Let's go find a raid target. Let's do it. All right. Let's see who we have.
You're so nice, John. Always so wonderful with your comments. It's appreciated.
I agree that. And, John, I know you hadn't been around for a bit, and it's really great that you were willing to to be a part of it. So it looks like Danny's still streaming. Danielle Allard. Shall we go there and meet her, a fellow Torontoan or fellow Ontarioan? Let's do it. Let's introduce that.
Do it. I love Danny, so it's always.
This is going to be fun. Like the entire Dino community is going to be introduced to Eden Sterling. I just think the visual of that is going to be fantastic.
She's rating. You got to cancel out.
I can. Oh, what's going on? Oh, she's rating.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, that's fine.
She just rated.
Oh, okay. Thank you for mentioning that. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I was chancing it. I knew it because the show started at like 6 Eastern, so I figured it would be a close call. That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll see Danielle Allard soon enough. Let's see if
wonderful people on.
Are the bards still on? That'd be funny. I don't see them. No. Wait, look at this.
Krista.
Alana Maddie's streaming. That'd be kind of interesting.
Oh, that she is. That she is.
You know, and so she just celebrated her 2-year anniversary, and she's a fellow Toronto. So what's cool, Eden, is you can meet her. You can actually meet her for a coffee. I think that's.
Yay!
Let's
That's
do that.
awesome.
What do you say, Swims? You think she'll be around for our raid?
I'm sure she will be.
Okay.
Sure she will.
Let's give it a shot.
I'm looking, and she's got a lower than average viewer count, so I'm assuming she's still getting going.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, this is gonna be great. I'll introduce everybody.
Yeah. Super
cool. Here we go. So wait, we'll change our coordinates. Set the hyperdrive to Alana Maddie's channel, which is actually closer to you. So
we have a raid.
Raid call underway, and the sub raid if you're a subscriber to our program. Copy the raid call, everybody. We're on our way, and let's do it. And if you guys miss anything from the show, please feel free to check out the VOD tomorrow or even later tonight. It should be a good time. And thank you everybody for coming in, Punjabi and me and Mr. Newbie and Goomba. And all the cool people from Europe. And your mom, that's so cool. It's so cool. It's really great. Super awesome.
That's awesome.
Goodbye, everybody, for now. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to do a gaming stream tomorrow. And then I'm going to be on the Leon Lounge as a guest. So it's going to be an incredible next couple of days. So, but seriously, Eden, this is a lot of fun. Take care, everyone. And all of you, we'll see you at Alana Maddie's channel. Take care, everybody.
Eden's the best.
Let's go.
No, you.
Yeah, you. No, you.